Here we have a new 2023 Ford Ranger. This one comes in the Lariat trim level with the Tremor off-road package in azure gray. And then we have ebony leather with Milo insert seats. And the powertrain consists of a 2.3-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. And as we come around to the front end here, love the styling here, and I love how they did the red on the grille. And we have full LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, and LED fog lights. And just in this azure gray, how it goes with that red, just a stunning look in my opinion. Recovery hooks are there. As we come around to the wheels here, these are gonna be 17-inch aluminum. Love that look as well. And love these kind of rhino side steps here. Nice and rugged look. Power door lock controls are here. And then we have one-touch automatic up and down for the driver's side window. And then just regular power windows for the other three. And then the rear window lock is there. Bottle holder, storage. And then we have our headlamp controls here. That's off, corners, low beams, auto. And then we have our brightness for the gauge cluster, fog lamp toggle, bed light toggle. And then our power mirror controls are right in there. So pick a side, and then we can adjust using the middle, and then we can actually power fold the mirrors as well. And those have blind spot monitors in them. And then we can manually tilt or telescope the steering wheel. There's the hood release. And then here is our power seat bottom seat. Then we have two-way power lumbar support. And we have a manual seat back right here. I love the design of the seats as well. And I love having the Milo inserts. I don't know if you say that Milo or Miko, but then having that leather on the sides there. But I have that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. So let's go ahead and check this out. So with most mid-size pickups, not the best leg room. I do like that we have the seat back pockets on both sides, and this has an all-weather mats that haven't been put in, so that's why they're over here. So excuse me for that, but 6'3", that seat up front's adjusted. I have about inch or so of headroom. And then again, this is how my legs are, but the seats back here are actually pretty comfortable. And then this middle seat folds down. Cup holders are here. And then down here we have two USB-A ports and then a 110-volt 3-prong plug-in. No rear AC vents, but where you're so close to the front anyway, I'm getting pretty good circulation back here. And then we can hang one plastic hook or probably two metal hooks if we need to on that hanger hook there. Well, let's make our way towards the back. Fuel filler there. But as we come around to the back end, we do get our LED tail lights, which is nice. And then the spares underneath there, but no tow hitch. And then we have a drop-in bed liner there. But huge shout out to Ford of Franklin for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below in the description. And you all can pause anywhere you need to. Taking a quick look at the window sticker here. A Tremor package is $42.50, but you get quite a bit with it, especially if you're gonna be going off-road. And then this one stickers right at $47,545. But to the front passenger seat, you still get that power seat bottom and then two-way power lumbar with that manual seat back. And then we have a lockable glove compartment right here. And the owner's manuals are there as well. And then we do have a manual rear window. I'll try and demonstrate that real quick. But there's that 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder. Let's check this out real quick, just so y'all can see how it works. You just pull up here and then slide it, and then you can just kind of snap it back into place. But hopping in the driver's seat, it's pretty hot outside. Leather wrap steering wheel here. I like the feel and the padding of it. It's not necessarily cushy, but it feels good on my hands. You have a little bit of play there, which I like. Now I'm gonna turn this fan down a little bit, but it's hot outside, of course. But we do get, for audio, AM, FM, XM, and Bluetooth. And then we have the wired CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility as well. Climate controls are here, or you can use the buttons down below: fan speed, temperature for both sides, auto mode, defrosters, and you have 3-stage heated front seats, and you can toggle the whole system off there. And again, all of that is pretty much on the screen. The heated seats aren't, but you can pull up the menu there, and then you have fan direction, fan speed, and then your different temperature gauges, and then even the AC and the auto have buttons there as well. So it's nice to have that. Now for your general settings, go in here if you want to change your language, temperature units, or your measurement. And then sound controls are here. And then the vehicle controls, those settings are right in there if you want to turn that rear occupant alert on or off. That's pretty much all the important stuff. Hazards are there. And I love that we have 6 different aux switches here that we can set up. If you want to put a light bar or whatever, you can do that. There's our backup camera there. Guidelines follow us as we turn the steering wheel. And then we have 2 12 volts here, 2 USB-A ports there. And then we have our trail control there, auto stop toggle, rear differential lock toggle, and then the tow haul mode, we can toggle that, as well as the traction control here. And then you hit this here and you can go through your terrain mode. So you have normal, grass, mud ruts, and sand. And then you also have your 4-wheel drive controls here as well. So if you don't want to necessarily use the terrain modes, you can just go to 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, whatever. And then for the shifter, pull this lever behind, reverse, neutral drive, and then you can go in that sport mode. You can manually shift as well. And then there's your parking brake, 2 cup holders, center console cubby space, decent size for a smaller truck. And there's a quick look at the back seat from up here. Sunglasses holder, then dome lights. I like that we have the premium LED lights throughout. And then over here to the steering wheel again, the stalk, we can toggle the lane keeping system on and off, blinkers, and when the headlamps are on, toggle those high beams there and you can flash there. And then we have our windshield wiper controls here. So one time, intermittent, then low, high, and then we can adjust the intermittent wipers there and then pull up for that front wiper fluid. Now to the steering wheel itself, we can use these 4 arrows as well as the OK button to go through the gauge cluster, and I'll show you some of that there. So those are all of our settings. And then we have an actual fuel economy map there, if you will. And then driver assist, and full with all of that there. Tire pressure monitors. And then you can go into your settings and actually toggle some of this stuff as well. Now cruise control, on, off, cancel, resume, set, and then accelerate, decelerate. So pretty simple there. I like how they did that. And then you have volume controls here, track list or radio station preset controls here. And then you hit this, and I love that we get the preset banks, and you can set up all of those. So 3 different XM preset banks, 2 FMs, and you have 3 FMs. And then Bluetooth controls are here, mute button, voice recognition, home button, and then your settings button. I like having these shortcuts here, and it'll pull it up on the screen there. But there's our push button start. Finally, here's our key fob. And now let's go ahead and take this 2023 Ford Ranger Lariat Tremor out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in the Ranger Lariat here, the 2.3 liter is pretty good in this truck. And having the 10-speed definitely makes the driving experience a little more fun in my opinion, especially if you're manually shifting. But power is there. It just doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't seem as, I guess, strong as the newer Canyons and Colorados are, especially with that 2.7 liter turbo 4. But in terms of a driving truck and just a truck that looks good, this is a pretty good option. Now when the 24 gets here, that'll be a much better looking truck, I think. In terms of performance, we'll just have to see. But overall, even with the Tremor package, ride quality is decent. I can definitely feel that these are off-road tires, but other than that, pretty good driving experience overall. And I actually kind of like the more rugged feel. And I don't know if y'all can hear through the microphone, but the tires have that kind of mud grip feel to them, and I love that. But overall, the sound acoustics in the cabin are pretty good, even with the louder tires. I'll have to get a full-on feel for that when we get on the interstate, but so far so good. And it's just in my opinion, an easy truck to drive around, specifically here in Franklin, Tennessee, where the traffic is pretty awful, especially on Fridays. I don't feel like I'm having to look all over the place. It's just like driving any other vehicle. So visibility is good and all that. Now you do get auto stop with this truck, which is a pretty helpful feature, especially because you're getting 19 miles per gallon city, 19 highway, and especially in the city, that auto stop helps with that fuel economy. But I also like the sport mode as well, so I can put that into sport. Great pull from the turbos, or the turbo, excuse me. And then I can also just start manually shifting whenever. And the manual mode is pretty responsive. It's not snappy, but it does what you tell it to. Especially downshifts. And for the price, I drove an XLT Ranger not too long ago, and I just think that the Lariat gives you more bang for your buck, especially with these seats. They're extremely comfortable. I like the infotainment system. I like having the leather wrap steering wheel. I just like how this one is set up. Also having those power folding side mirrors, big help there. And taking this corner here, it's very, again, even with this Tremor package and all that, it's just an easy truck to drive. And a lot of people in this segment, that's one of the main reasons they go for a small to mid-sized pickup truck, is just for the drivability. So you can still haul what you need. You have that rear window that slides if you want to throw a couple 2x4s in there and you don't want to necessarily tie them to the tailgate. So if you want something a little bit bigger than the Maverick, this is a pretty good option. Now, I'm not going to give it too much throttle getting on the interstate here, but we are going to try and work the turbo just a little bit. So again, pretty good power output from this engine, and especially having the 10 speed, it shifts at all the right moments, whether you're wanting to be more sporty or more fuel efficient. Now we do get lane keep assist here. It's not the lane centering, but it'll let you know when you're going out of the lines, and I'll show you here. And it'll just vibrate the steering wheel. And this is surprising. I usually don't have this much space around me on this stretch of the interstate, but I'm glad I'm able to have that. Y'all can see the lane keeping system and just how this performs at a steady 75 miles per hour. And again, going over the ride quality now and just the sound acoustics, very impressed in both of those areas. Just cruising down the interstate here. And even going over this rougher terrain here on the interstate, very nice. But I mean, compared to the Colorado, the Canyon, Tacoma, we'll just have to see with the refresh. But right now, the Ranger's still a great option, even after the Colorado and Canyon have had their redesigns, from the interior, the exterior, to the driving. So good job staying relevant there, Ford. And this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2023 Ford Ranger Lariat with the Tremor off-road package.